Hello, my pretty broads. It is Aunty Chardonnay again, and since it took me so long to do my makeup, it's already 2:15, which means on the East Coast it is 5 o'clock. So, cheers, it's happy hour, let's get ready. We're pre-gaming. So, as I mentioned before, I like to put my clothes on before I do my hair so that I don't mess things up. Now, I have a particularly bizarre type of hair. It's curly, especially on the inside and on the ends, and then it gets straighter, and it's so chemically damaged that it's like just such a hot mess. It does, however, have an ass ton of body and like volume. So for thinner hair, there's certain things you're going to want to adjust. For thicker hair, for straight hair. So what I'm going to try to do is do like some video series that deal with all the different kinds of things. So the first thing I'm going to do is straight hair. And I'm going to do straight extensions, and I'm just going to show you the insane difference that extensions makes. For less than $200, you can have the hair that you've always dreamed of. All these bitches in the magazines and stuff that you've been thinking, oh gosh, I just have to keep growing my hair out. Oh, I have to keep growing my hair out. Bullshit. You can absolutely spend $150 and have whatever hair you want. And I have gone through this a million times. I have a ton of different ones now since I started a couple years ago. Sorry, I live in the ghetto, basically. But here's another fun and funny thing. So I used to have a shaved head for a little while when I was kind of a punk rocker. And then, like, sometimes I would go to shows and bars and stuff, and I wouldn't want to wear my mohawk. Like, having a mohawk is kind of a pain in the ass. Sorry, I'm just going to brush this out for a second. But so you can go to basically, I guess someone told me I can't say tranny anymore, but, like, cross-dressing, I don't know, transvestite. Like, I love my people. Like, I don't know. I guess it's one thing if you're trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be an asshole ever. But they have these, like, basically cross-dresser wig stores, essentially, that sell the most amazing wigs for, like, $60 or something. And then you can, like, try different hairstyles on for a night. And the people, well, my experience with the people that work there is they're so happy to help you. Now, what really helps is if you wear this kind of like bonnet thing that's like a stocking, like a leg stocking. But I clearly have been drunk way too many times in this and haven't worn it. But what you would do is tie your hair up in kind of a bun in the stocking. And then put your wig on, tuck your hair in. There's like these things on the inside of the wig where you can tighten it around your head and make it work more for your head. But it's just so funny and interesting. Like, you can just, so I was obviously like into punk rock at the time, and I didn't want like regular hair, but I kind of thought this was like a fun little, you know, Joan Jett style if I didn't want to have a mohawk for the night. And I would leave it like on my bangs, but you can also cut the hair, which I did too. It was a lot longer before, and I cut it up. But just so you know, you can have whatever hair you want, and they make extensions that looks, or I'm sorry, wigs that look so good now that people would never know the difference. So just an option if you've got shorter hair right now or whatever, and you don't want to deal with extensions, you just want to throw something on for the night. It's such a fun, easy thing to do. So I'm going to brush through my hair. My hair is just, every time I brush through it, it's no bueno. And as I mentioned before, if you watched the makeup video in this series about how to get hot, you will know that I've gone through a million hair crazinesses and trends, and one of them was for the last year I had this undercut, which I'm trying to grow out, which is part of why I've been having to wear my hair down more often, which I hate doing because I'm lazy. I feel like someone's dying outside. I guess it's always like that. So first I want to start by flat ironing my hair. Now, one of the products that, and I don't know, I have kind of these expensive products right now because I've been going to this fancy salon. I used to dye my hair myself, and maybe I can put some pictures in this blog post, but my hair was like literally falling out at some point, and it was like straw. And I remember I was at this bar in Texas with Heath, and this woman was like, if you keep dyeing your hair, it's gonna fall out. So I started not doing it myself, going in, having a more natural look. This is coming out of pink. I was having pink hair for a while, so they had to go like strawberry blonde. Anyways, this is this Kerastase product that I love called Fiber Architect. This goes on before you're going to use a heat product and when your hair's dry only. So I don't use it that frequently because I'm not usually doing my hair. But when I do, I have actually noticed a difference, especially like in the newer hair parts of my hair. So I just put that in all over. And in the meantime, I kind of like want to let it soak in, but I need a lot of product on my hair because my hair is super frizzy. It's really dry here in Vegas, and I have curly hair, so to tame it, I also have these 2 other Kerastase products. One, this is basically just like a serum that you would put on your hair anytime to make it more, it's called Oleo Relax, but to make it less frizzy. And this is basically like a Moroccan oil. It has a bunch of other stuff in it, but it's called Elixir Extreme. It's basically just like an oil that I also put in my hair like all the time because I dye my hair so much and my hair is just crazy anyways. So we start by just over producting our hair, which I also do when I get out of the shower. I usually put both these products on my hair when I get out of the shower as well. And so it looks kind of greasy right now, and that is why if you have thinner hair or not curly hair, I don't recommend using so much of this product, but I promise for me, by the time I flat iron it and do all this other shit, you won't even know the difference. Now, I wanted to show you this because when I had pink hair, so I've had a bunch of extensions. I started with dark brown, which totally changed my life. Then I got these like lighter ones. In fact, maybe I could just use these for my curly video. You'd be surprised how much different colors actually just work when you use your extensions, but I didn't think I would ever find pink hair extensions. So I dyed my own blonde hair extensions, which was such a pain in the ass, and I had to wash them a bunch of times, which changes the integrity of the extensions. You don't want to have to dye your own extensions. It's way best if you can just buy them already the color that you want. So I now realize you can actually buy extensions for crazy hair colors, and I would definitely recommend doing your research before you just start like going around dyeing your shit. I wish I would have bought hair extensions that were the color that I wanted. However, you don't really have to wash them very frequently if you don't dye them. They actually work best the more you don't. Now, this was the color I was going to go to, that my hairstylist, when I went in with pink, was like, we're not going to be able to do that because your hair is too pink still, but I'll probably be this color in the not too far future. This is a kind of, this says Dirty Looks, but I always, it used to be called Head Candy, and that's what I always look it up on the internet. I have 3 different extensions from this brand, which now comes looking like this, Dirty Looks, and I love them. They're amazing, and they also have lots of different colors. So many of the brands that you find are either like from China, and it kind of makes me sketched out, or they just don't have that many options, and I think they expect you to dye them yourselves. But this Head Candy has tons of, it has like 10 shades of blonde, which helps. Like, do you want it ashy? Do you want it warm? Do you have red highlights? Do you have brown highlights? Lots of different versions, which really helps. Now, because I thought I was going this color and I ended up with this strawberry color, I was totally fucked right before I left for Barcelona. I didn't have time to order more Head Candy extensions, and the ones that I had, neither of them matched my hair color. So I went to this like weave store basically, which I bet there's one in every community. I happen to live in the ghetto, so there was lots to choose from, but I ended up scooping these, which I couldn't find anything that I really wanted. I had to ask the lady to help me, and I didn't think they would actually match. When you look at the color, I was like, I don't think that's gonna match. Been wearing them for the last couple weeks. They look amazing and fit. They work perfect. No one noticed, and I wore it straight. The straighter your hair is, the more clearly they're gonna be able to see the different colors in your hair. Anyways, these ones from Dirty Looks that I just got are 20 inches. I usually wear 18 inches. These cost the 20 inches cost 100 pounds, which I think is equivalent to like, I don't know, around 160 bucks, 150 bucks. These cost 180, and they're 18 inches, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I like them as much. I'm in the bad situation of not having as much hair to clip things onto on this side, so these are meant for like round application. Anyways, that's way too much information, but I did want you guys to know about all the different extensions options and just tell you extensions will change your life. It completely changed my appearance, and it changed my feeling about my hair and about my glamorousness. All these girls that I knew, this is how I started on this whole makeup bender. I asked a bunch of these girls at this party that I was at, I was like, how do you all have such long, gorgeous, beautiful hair and eyelashes? And they explained to me fake eyelashes, fake hair. They all had fake boobs too, which I don't have, but I don't care about that. And then I realized, holy cow, they're all using all these tricks. Why don't I have these tricks? Okay, so to start, I want to flat iron my hair, which I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I think I'll speed it up for you or just kind of stop and come back. But basically, I just take it, clip it up. I mean, everybody knows how to effing flat iron their hair, right? So this is, I don't know, my hairstylist recommended this flat iron. She's like, I don't think you need these really expensive ionizing ones or whatever. Just use this one. I've used it forever. It's not my favorite. I had a friend who was a hairstylist, Katie, and she had this one flat iron that she left at my house for a while, and it was amazing, and I was obsessed, and I would love to ask her now. I think it might have been ceramic, but she unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, and now I'll never know, and this one's okay, but I'm not going to, it's called High, but I'm just not going to say I recommend it because it's fine. It's not amazing, and one of them broke when I was traveling, so that's lame also. So I just take it section by section. You can section your hair differently depending on what you're doing, but really for flat ironing, it's not really that important, I don't think. I think you can do it however is easiest for you. And some people, when they're flat ironing, do different things depending on, for example, if you want to create a little more, most people's hair doesn't actually fall stick straight. So to create the illusion of like a more natural straight hair, some people will flip it out at the ends like this. I just don't, because I'm lazy and it's hard enough for me to just get my hair straight. So I'm going to pause for the cause. I'll come back when I'm more on the top. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I just realized something I wanted to mention. When you're doing your hair in your mirror or whatever, probably you're just listening to music and jamming out. But something I've learned, so in Europe, they don't have plugs usually in the bathrooms. There are some exceptions, but they really don't have plugs in the bathrooms. So a lot of times I end up doing my hair like at a desk, and then I go into the bathroom to do my makeup, or like I'm sitting in front of, a mirror or something. Just not like the ideal space. So something that I've started doing is I'll just turn on my photo booth to do my hair, because you don't really have to see like super close to do your hair, and do my hair in my photo booth. And then on the other side, I'll like turn on a makeup tutorial or something I'm trying to learn. Like I used to edit wedding videos when I was like 20, but I haven't edited stuff in a long time. So I just opened up a quick tutorial on iMovie 11 to try to, get ready for what I'm going to be doing after I export these videos. And I can just be doing my hair, doing stuff that's second nature, and still like getting shit done. Am I just being such a freaky like millennial? It's like I can't even do my hair without multitasking. I definitely have that problem. Sometimes I can't even watch a movie without doing yoga or something at the same time, because we're becoming such multitaskers, which is actually not great. It's important to just appreciate the moment and be a part of the moment. But let's say there's some YouTube shit or something, like what I'm doing right now, I want to watch Aunty Chardonnay's bullshit for a few hours. Just turn it on the side while you're doing your hair, while you're doing your makeup, and you can be half paying attention, half not. When something catches your eye, go for it. I find it's a time saver. I, as many of you may know if you actually listen to the podcast, unlike Christy, am not a particularly active internet-er, not super all over the place on the World Wide Web. So it's one way for me that I can watch videos, catch up on things, and not feel too much like I'm wasting my life away. So what I wanted to point out kind of on the top portion is, regardless of which way you want to put your part, I like to always flat iron the top kind of section or half up. I think it creates more body, and it makes it so that you can have your hair kind of go to either side, either way. So after we flat iron my hair, it looks something like this. It's not particularly attractive, but say 2 years ago, I would be like, you know, done. This would be the best case scenario. I'd put in maybe some hairspray and call it a day because this is my hair. But fortunately, we don't live in that age anymore. So what you're gonna need is some clips. I used to clip up a bunch of different portions. I've found it easier now to just use one clip and go piece by piece. But to put in your extensions, you just have to work with whatever kind of, all of the different extensions you buy are gonna come with different amounts of clipped wefts. Like, so this weft is, I mean, it's a double weft with 4 clips. So I used to have a certain way to do my hair with the extensions, but now that I am missing this half of my head, I've had to adjust. And so now, like when I got these new extensions, I just had to work out what fits and works best in my hair. This has 2 clips and it's kind of wider. Then I'll show you what I like to do for kind of the back and then working my way up. So this is another kind of 2 clip. God, maybe the Chardonnay is getting to me already. This is a 3 clip one. These are like really effective. And then these are 2 tiny little 2 clip ones. So you see it's like these just have 2 clips also, but I've learned that they are different. Now, this, I was wearing an updo the last time I wore these clips, which I'll do other videos to show you how to wear your extensions in updos and not have it give you the worst headaches ever, because I've made that mistake. But it's super easy to, if you want to just, I mean, flat ironing is just a joke. Like, I'm going to do a video after this to show you how to curl extensions and how to curl your hair and different types of curls that you can get. Also, how to use, one of the easiest ways to curl extensions is with curlers. So sometimes I'll use curlers for the extensions and then use real curling iron for my actual hair, so I have more control over the actual hair, and then just these long pieces can be curly, however, it's really irrelevant. So for the very back part, I like to use a small clip because that part of your hair is pretty small. So I just take, and what I'll do is I'm going to do this part here facing you, then I'm going to turn around and do a couple of clips not facing you so you can see what I'm doing. But I use either my fingers or my thumbs to create a line in the hair all the way across. Then and I covered up my clippy with my extensions, so I got to get out another clippy. And these type are fine too. Sometimes these will leave a mark in your hair. My hair is so crazy, it really doesn't matter. But then I take the clips, dig them in, and then pop them in. So right now they're open. Dig them in on the line where the hair is separate. Pop them. So I'll put this one in, and then I'll flip around and show you another one. So after the really small 2 weft one in the back, I'm actually going to move to like a thicker 2 weft one. And I'm also going to flat iron this one because I can see it has a little bit of bendies in it. Oh great, I let them all go to the ground. No one cares. And I'm not putting product on these. I usually add product when I actually have them in my hair, so I feel like they have plenty of product on them. And the more product you use on them, the more frequently you have to wash them, which, as I've known now from having the pink hair, is a pain in the ass. So let me flip around for you to see how I put in this weft. Let me make sure. I hope you can see. So I lay the hair down. Then just maybe like a ½ an inch above the last one, I stick my fingers through, pull down that extra little bit of hair, clip up this part. Now grab the weft. Then I try to clip it as far over on this side. For people with a full head of hair, it doesn't matter as much, but for me, I'm trying to create more on that side. Then I like to have most of the hair be in the back because I think it's easiest hidden that way, and that's where I want most of the length anyways, because then you can kind of toy with it and go with it. Sorry, I'm picking up the extensions off the floor and picking one I want. So I'm going to do the 3 weft now. I don't really think this one needs to be flat ironed. So popping it in the back. This time I'm going to go like kind of above the ears, like right above the ears, and follow it all the way around. All of them still just keeping to be about a half an inch above the other one. And, you know, the less close to your crown you have the hair, the more it's going to be A, hidden, and B, the more it's going to create length. You know, it's like, people don't understand this sometimes. Like, okay, the hair, if you just let your hair all grow out, it's going to take longer for the hair up here to get down here than it is the hair down here. So the more length you create near the nape and the back of your neck, the longer it's actually going to be. So I'm in the interesting, and also you don't need all the clips. Like some people, maybe if you have super thin hair, you might need them all. It creates weight on your head, and it definitely makes, it's painful, it's annoying sometimes. Like after a long 12-hour day of work, I can't fucking wait to get off my eyelashes and to get off my hair extensions. But if you're going to the club for 4 hours, I'm sure it's amazing. But even that, like you're getting sweaty and gross, and I don't know that I'm going to use this I haven't been using the 4 weft because it's meant to go all the way around your head, and I can't do that because of my hair. This is another pretty long one. I don't know, we'll see. What I think I'm going to do is, so it takes a very thin amount for the hair to actually clip to. So for example, when I'm doing my side one, this is super thin, right? But you'll be so surprised. You won't be able to tell at all that I have this. So I'm going to use one of these kind of bigger 2-piece wefts. Clip it in there. Then when it goes kind of far to the back, I just use my finger to create a space for it to go that I know there will be hair to cover it. Then I can flip this guy back over. Now, even though the right side already has more hair on it, because my natural hair has more hair there, I still want to create length to make it match. So I try to make it roughly about the same side as the other one. You can clip the hair. I've just gotten so used to it I don't really have to anymore. So I'm just putting like one of the smaller ones in. You can do different things. Sometimes when I want like way thicker hair, I do different stuff. But so basically, after I let my own hair down, you can see the difference. Now this is before styling or anything, like this is just straightening your hair, whatever. You can see the difference. Like see how different you feel and look. It's like before I would just do my hair the best I could and it comes to here and it's kind of frizzy and whatever. Then I add in these extensions and all of a sudden it's like, total glamazon. You know, I was just born with this glorious, straight, perfect, shiny hair. So I brush it out a little bit. It took me a while to trust it. I used to be like really worried that the wefts were going to come out. And actually, these wefts I think kind of do stay better than the head candy ones. They feel stronger in my hair. And I'm not really sure why that is. The lady was trying to explain to me why these are better than other ones, but she was like Puerto Rican or something and I couldn't really understand a lot of what she was saying. Anyways, you can choose a lot of different ways to style it. You know, see, part of the thing with styling is like going with what your hair is doing at the moment. So say like I'm having a lot of sprigs or shit's going crazy here, or I get these curly cues here, then sometimes I might want to like do a little bouffant in the front. Or if it's wanting to go one way, then I try to make it the next time go the other way. Because I think if you always part your hair on the same side, then it doesn't have as much body when you want to part it on the other side. So I always try to kind of mix it up and keep it different. Now, one of the things that my hairstylist has taught me that I really actually have started using and really like is, just like everyone thinks, product is the key. So after I get my hair, like I would say this is fine. I take a little bit of, you know, Moroccan oil or anti-frizz or whatever. Wipe it all around your hands. Like I used to just put it here. Wipe it all around your hands so then when you're running your fingers through, it's coming a nice even coat from all over. Instead of a bunch of globs on the front of your hand, you can run your fingers through your hair in kind of a natural way and it comes from all over. It also is good for your hands. It's like yummy oil and it smells good, so you can double it as lotion. Bang. Now dry hairspray or hair shampoo or something is something I haven't really tried that much. I'm thinking about getting into it, but I work out so frequently that I kind of need to you know, shampoo, or not shampoo. I do just condition, but I need to get my hair wet a lot. Anyways, here's what my hairstylist taught me that I really like. Take some hairspray, and instead of spraying your whole head with it, like one of the things I'm trying to do is tame flyaways. Spray your hand with the hairspray, rub it, and then use it how you want. So it gives this really natural type of control instead of this, you know, like 90s. Oh my God, you guys remember that? What was the thing called where you would like put it up? Oh my gosh, someone please comment and tell me what it was called. I totally forget. But I remember in the 90s doing that. I even had bangs and I would still do like the foof over here. Now I have this one really crazy hair. So a lot of times what I'll also do, and this is just an interesting kind of more scene stir type thing you can do with your hair, but just to show you guys how to boof shit out anyways. So you can get a teaser on Amazon for like nothing, but you can also just use a comb. I find both work fine. Apparently the teaser is better for your hair, but you can just start taking like little pieces and do this. Now I have this amazing stuff that my stepmom gave me for specifically, it's called What a Tease, and it's this like what, big sexy hair something, What a Tease. This shit is bananas. Like it works so good. But, and it's getting on my computer, but you can also just use hairspray. So don't worry that it looks ridiculous for a while. In fact, I think it's kind of fun that it looks ridiculous. You can, you know, really just do it big. I also have this other thing, which is kind of more expensive, but my hairstylist loves and I think it's pretty cool too, called Dry Spun Finish from Bumble and Bumble, which it's basically like dry hairspray. It works pretty good too. I just don't like the way it smells as much as some other things. But so, and especially this is for people if you have like thin hair. I use it to make scene stir hair, but if you have thin hair, this is a great way to go. Do your teasing. When I had the thing on the side, I would do teasing on the side so I could flip it over and make it look super like 80s and kind of David Bowie Mad Max. I'm weird. I'm sure most people aren't going to be able to wear that from day to day, so I'll also just do some spray. Anyways, so let that dry. Have a drink of Chardonnay while you do it. Let it go. Flip it over. Wow, I look like a crazy person, but wait for it. Just brush it out a little bit. You can use a regular brush. It really doesn't matter. And you can like add little, you know, to pieces if you want. This is just to give different ideas, like for straight hair, different things you can do. And I just hate looking the same every day. A lot of girls like it, but I think variety is the spice of life. I need change. I can't even keep the same hair color for like 10 minutes practically. So this is one thing that I like to do if I'm trying to be more fun and spunky is I'll take like a more thick bang, which I don't have bangs at all, but put this poof up, get my poof on, then take like a much stronger bang. Wow, this is just not looking cute right now. See, now I have to trust my hair. So now my hair, I think, would rather do this way, which is fine. And I think my hair would rather have a little something on the side. Just gotta trust her. She knows what she's doing. She's like, Mom, don't push me. Do what I want. And I'm like, girl, I get it. I'm on your program. I can do what I want too. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to help you. Okay. Okay. See? Okay, now we're getting it together. So then what I like to do, because I have all these crazy wispies, is take like a fun accessory, which I found this at this like, I swear it was a quinceañera store, but it was sort of like a dollar store, but I think for the Latinas in the community. And they had all these fun accessories and earrings and necklaces, which are pretty much all broken now at this point, but I do still have the fun hair accessories that I got there. So I just like to put like a little something in there, which for some people might be too much. For me, it's just like a little homage to my scene days back in the City of Angels. So you can do that if you're into that. Or, and I should take a picture now so I can be like from this to this. But, so that's one way that I like to do it, which is kind of glamour or whatever. Or you can just totally go natural and just take apart, find apart, let your hair, like, one of the ways I like to find apart is to just stick all my hair back and then kind of push it from the back and let it find its own part. But now, even though we did all that craziness, we just have a little more body in the back. And, you know, if you're into a more natural look, there you go. So compared to where I started this morning, you can see how, God, I feel sorry for men. And men, if you're seeing this, the mystery is all gone. And I apologize for that, because it's the best part, I think. We know, they don't know. Anyways, God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a curly hair tutorial now because I'm so done. We'll see. If I don't do one now, I'll do one soon. Anyways, this is Aunty Chardonnay. Share me with your friends. I know this is like long and drawn out. It's not your standard tutorial, but it's for my pretty brads. It's not for people who are super maybe obsessed with makeup and stuff already. It's to help out people who love pretty broad and want to learn a few tips and tricks. And in case you want to see how long, this is how long the hair goes. Maybe I should do like a, you know, so you can see the whole. This, by the way, dress, everyone keeps saying is amazing. It was at Marshall's. I went to get a suitcase, saw it at Marshall's. It was on the clearance rack for $10. And it was supposed to be, I think, it's a double XL. And I basically tied it in a way that makes it tighter in the back. But it was supposed to be, I think, like for skinny girls and have it be a whole different look. But no one ever said you have to spend a ton of money to be attractive. There are some things worth spending money on. And that is eyelashes and a few eye brushes. I don't know about your hair. Maybe sometimes going to the salon is worth it. Anyways, I love you, broads. Please let me know if you're interested. Like, if you hate this stuff, okay, fine. It's a waste of my time, and maybe you should tell me that too. But if you're interested in something more specific, I can do things that are shorter. Oh, it keeps calling me. Okay, love you, broads. Bye.